time is money. So the faster we can get into the deals and get out of the deals, the easier everything is and the more money you're saving. Hey everyone, Justin Cooper and Travis Spear from Pine Financial Group. If you're catching us on Facebook, be sure to like this video. If you're coming to us through YouTube, be sure to hit subscribe, even that notification button, so that you'll get notified when our next video comes up. And today we're going to talk about 5 ways to save money on your next rehab. One of the first things I always think about when it comes to saving money on your rehab, or just rehab in general, is starting off with a solid plan and budget. You want to be putting together a scope of work. So what I like to do is I like to go through the property, pen and paper in hand, and write down everything that the house needs. That way we come up with a plan, we know what the scope of work is going to be, and then if I can, I'm going to put numbers to it and figure out what kind of budget that comes to.
Yeah, and in this business, especially right now, it's so important to have your systems in place because as margins become a little tighter, relationships with labor can be challenging, so we need to make sure that we have our best systems in place to have successful deals. One of the things I would suggest is that you systematize your rehabs. And what I mean by that is by using the same colors, the same finished packages, the same cabinets, countertops, carpet, tile, etc. in all of your deals. That way you'll know the price of it, you'll know where to find it, and it'll be easily accessible to deliver to your contractor so that you can save time and money. Maybe you find a great deal on a product that you feel like works really well in the properties that you're doing. You could potentially stock up on it or just have it available. And every time you walk into a property, you won't have to spend a full day designing it. You'll know what your finishes are going to be. You might even have a couple of different finish packages depending on price point. Maybe from a 100 to 250, you do it with Package A, 250 to 500s, Package B, 500 to 800, and operating the different price points because those will require different types of finishes, appliances, and that type of stuff. So it's a great way to slow down the time in planning and get to work on your project.
Yeah, absolutely. Time is money. So the faster we can get into the deals and get out of the deals, the easier everything is and the more money you're saving. So the third way might be to get some competitive bids from your contractors. Now that you have your scope of work, now that you've even systemized it and know the types of material you're going to use, what light fixtures, what paint color, all these things, you can take that and give it to potentially 3 different contractors and say, okay, contractors, here's what we need done. Go out and give me a number. And now these 3 contractors, maybe they even meet you at this property at the same time. They're going through, they know that they're in a competitive situation because they're seeing their competition. You know the quotes are going to be apples to apples because you told them what you need done. And now you can maybe even leverage their quotes when they come in against each other. Well, I see you did this, but this person's got this. What are your value engineering ideas for that? And maybe you can even drive the price down a little bit through having a competitive bid situation with your contractors.
Yeah, really important that all the contractors are bidding the same thing. If you've ever taken in bids on a project you're doing, you'll find that each contractor takes a different approach to it. They might give you some ideas along the way that you consider, but you didn't talk about that with the first guy. Now you have to remember to talk about it with the third guy. So it's really important to have those scope of works really detailed so that you can get good bids. Relationships, increasingly important as the labor market gets a little tighter. And also what we find over time is that a contractor who does a great job for you on your first 1, 3, or 5 rehabs, with time they start to fall off a little bit. The quality might start to slip a little bit. And so it's really important to have good relationships with contractors and with vendors. This could go even further to help you, maybe even with payment terms, right? That could be important in this business. If you are working with a bigger supplier and you could get net 30 payment terms rather than having to cash and carry, that could help you. Any other things you see in the relationship part of the business that could be successful?
Yeah, so kind of tying into that might be discounts. So if they get maybe your paint supply house has somebody who came in and ordered a pallet of paint, but they came in and maybe it just didn't turn out exactly as the original buyer wanted it to, but it's still a really good color and you could use it. Maybe you can get a discount by having the relationships with the paint house. Maybe you're the first call or even the second or third call because not everybody's going to want that pallet of bad paint right away. So their loss may be your win by being able to get a bunch of paint at a discount or any other kind of discount from different supply houses.
Yeah, and that ties in really well with the last point, which is just discounts in general. You know, there's a lot of different types of stores, like say Habitat for Humanity or Craigslist or different places where you might be able to find a limited material. So let's say this goes completely against the systemizing your business, but there's an idea of maybe you have to do a front entryway. You want to do it in tile or hardwood, and you can find a steel on some tile, but you might have to drive across town to get it. Or you find some cabinets that might just work really well in a project that you're working on that you could get for a deep discount. This is the type of stuff you might be looking for. The end caps at Home Depot and seeing, oh, here's some light fixtures. These might work in a future rehab. And maybe you're stocking up a little bit and putting the stuff in your garage and you're going to use it on some other projects. And along with discounts or rewards, some of our clients might use reward type of credit cards to operate their business, to buy all the material, whether it be cash back or travel or flights or different things that you might take an opportunity to enjoy yourself after spending tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of the year on your rehabs. Another one is you could actually get gas rewards at Home Depot. As you know, my father's a contractor by trade, and he always sends me pictures of himself at the gas pump because he's filling up for 10 cents because of all the rewards he gets through the gas discounts at Home Depot. So really good opportunities as you take your business and you really run it a little tighter so that you can be more profitable on your deals and using some of these tips and tricks.
Yeah, absolutely. So 5 ways to save money in your next rehab. Have a solid plan and budget put together. Systemize that as best you can so that you're repeating the same thing over and over on your rehabs. Get competitive bids on your projects. Have your general contractors help drive that price down for you. Have relationships with different supply houses and contractors, and then get discounts when and where you can. Any other thoughts?
No, not at all. Thanks for joining us on this video. Check us out at pinefinancialgroup.com. Leave us some comments, and we'd love to have some interaction with you.